Hi there, Emma here at Gorgeous. I thought we'd look today at three ways to increase stitches. First of all, we've got the make one stitches, which is a leaning increase, so it leans towards either the right or the left. It's often used to do invisible increases as well. Then we've got knit into front and back, which is a more obvious because you can see little bubbles when we do the twist of the stitch. But it was also quite decorative because if you're increasing at an even rate, you can see these little bubbles, they mark that increase and they look quite good too. And then we've got bloomin' obvious, great big hole in the work. It's called a yarn over or yarn forward, and that's used a lot in lace week. You'll see it in some cardigans, so a lot of shawls. We use it quite a lot actually, and we've got separate videos showing how to do yarn overs, mainly because we find new people doing it are a bit nervous about what to do on the next row. So I'm going to show you how to make the increases, and then at the end I will show you what the yarn over looks like from the back. Don't need to do that from the others because they look like normal purl stitches. So let's do the make ones. So make one right or make one left. So we're going to make one. If it doesn't say which to make, it will often just say M1, make one. Do whichever you're most comfortable with. I would do the first one, which is a make one right. So we have got the stitches that have been knit on the right and the working stitches on the left. We want to pick up the bar between those two last stitches, one on each. So we're going to pick this bar up. You could pick it up by just manipulating your left working needle under that bar, and I know lots of people do that. I prefer to use my right needle to pick it up, and then I want to pick that bar needs to go onto my needle from back to front, so the needle's coming in from the back, and then we knit through the front of that stitch, not through both parts, just through the front part of that stitch. And carry on. Let's have another go. So we've got a bar between the two stitches, and we're going to pick it up on our right needle, pop it onto our left with the needle coming in through back to front, and then we're literally going to knit from the front of the stitch and off. Good. Okay, so that's the make one right. Let's have a look at make one left. Very similar, we're still using the bar, but this time we're going to pick the bar up on the right needle, then we're going to put our working needle from the front to the back, so the other way around, and instead of knitting through the front, we're going to knit through the back. Simple as. Let's have another go, and we're going to pick up the bar, and we'll go from front to back and knit through the back of that stitch. Okay, so that is make one left, that which goes towards the left leaning. Now knit into front and back is the one that we showed you with a little bobble, and that is simply it's KFB. You'll see it's KFB. You're going to knit round through the stitch, but you're not going to take it off. You're going to leave it on the stitch and knit straight back into the same stitch. Hopefully you saw that. Let's have another one. So we take the front of the knitting and knit as though it was normal, but the only difference is you leave the stitch on the needle, and then we go into the back of that stitch. Whoops, there's me turning it over to show you. Drop the whole thing. We're going to the back of that stitch, and we're just going to knit the back of the stitch. So let's do one normal stitch, and let's do it again. So knit through the front, don't take it off, and then knit through the back of the same stitch. Okay, so that's knit to front and back, very common. I think I would say that's the most common because it's so straightforward to remember. I think we just use it. Then let's do yarn over. So we've got the next, we're going to make a knit stitch here. We're going to bring the yarn to the front, and then we're going to knit as normal. Effectively, it's actually a common mistake beginners make by mistake. They forget where their wool is, so they put it over. But actually, we're intending to do this. So let's do another one. We're going to yarn over, and it's just going to the back. And from the front, the yarn over looks like you've made a hole, which indeed you have. but nothing to the hole it's going to look like when we get to the back. So let me just knit to the end, and then we'll have a look at those yarn overs, because I've had people phone me and say, I don't believe it's supposed to look like this. It can't possibly look like this. It's a mistake. So let's get to the first yarn over. I'll do all the yarn overs and then we'll have a look at what they look like from the back. You know you've got to one because it's a great big loop on your needle. So you're just going to purl it as normal. That's a normal stitch. Great big loop. Just purl it as normal. Treat it as normal. It feels as though the tension's all gone. It feels terrible. But just do it anyway. Worry about it and do it still. Let's have a look at that from the front. You can see the other stitches we've knitted are completely invisible. They make no gap. The make one is totally invisible, which is why we use that where we need to do invisible increases. The KFB, you can see it makes little decorative, or they look like pearl stitches. They're not, but they look like it. And then the yarn overs make great big intentional lacy holes. So that is the 3 ways to do it. Thanks.